Many people seem to misinterpret the essence of the amazing digital circus, TADC. Observing GOOSEWORKS animations, such as Darlie Boxman, Little Runmo, and Elaine the Bounty Hunter, one can notice their unpredictability. This unpredictability doesn't stem from not knowing the next step, although that's true, but rather from the lack of a clear plotline. GOOSEWORKS creates chaotic yet captivating animations on YouTube. Their works are a compilation of randomness, uniqueness, and implicit connections, rather than straightforward narratives. This isn't criticism. It's one of the reasons why GOOSEWORKS is appreciated. People approach TADC similarly to other series, expecting plot development, climaxes, and explanations. Hence, there are numerous content farms and fakes based on it, as there's an assumption that even children can understand the characters and the plot. Many assume that the characters have complex backstories, well-defined emotions, and specific motives. I believe this is a misconception. TAG will likely resemble other GOOSEWORKS projects, a whirlwind of chaos, entertainment, slightly disconcerting characters, mini-stories, and randomness. The small random element you noticed in the pilot isn't a harbinger of future events, it's just another chaotic piece. The enigmatic character dialogues don't reveal their motives or past. They merely emphasize the madness inherent in all GOOSEWORKS characters. What if Abstraction is a character escaping from the circus? What if Abstraction is indeed a character fleeing from the circus? Expanded. Let's reiterate this in a clearer manner. In the amazing digital circus, Abstraction seems to imply that a character has finally reached their limit and gone mad, transforming into a large abstract monster with animalistic behaviors. But what if that's not the case? As Regatta and Kinger discuss Abstraction, Kinger, a somewhat unreliable source, but oh well, are. But after a while, you start to realize that you really can't leave, and the constant pursuit of an unattainable goal will drive you insane. And eventually, you begin to question the meaning of everything and completely lose sight of who you are and why you're alive at all. When you reach your limit, something really terrible can happen. Kane. Kaufmo went through something like Kaufmosis and abstracted. Not exactly a description, but oh well. This word seemed strange to me, but I've put it off until now. Investigating the definition of the word abstraction, I came across the following definitions. Computer programming. Abstraction is the process of removing characteristics from something with the aim of reducing it to a set of essential characteristics. In general, freedom from representational qualities in art. The process of considering something independently of its associations, attributes, or specific accompaniments. The process of removing something. On the other hand, the root word abstract. Existing in thought or as an idea, but not having a physical or concrete existence. Verb. Consider something, theoretically or separately from something else. Extract or remove something. Do you understand what I'm getting at? It's a bit strange that a word meaning separate, remote, free, or independent is placed in a context implying that someone has reached their limit and gone mad, isn't it? This is just a theory, but what if abstraction has been misunderstood? First, let's start with Kaufmo. When I first saw his design, after the hype around the pilot had died down in me, I thought he reminded me of something. Returning to the pilot series and taking a closer look at Abstract Kaufmo, I understood what he reminded me of. Second image. Missing textures. Abstract Kaufmo looks like all his texture has been removed, leaving angles, polygons, and default textures. There are much deeper shades in abstraction, such as purple, black, and red. Missing textures are usually found in angular purple and black designs. Also, considering the theory that XED characters are abstracted, it's strange that he didn't have an X, even though he abstracted, but that's point 4. Secondly, general abstraction. If we look at abstraction as Regatta describes it, it's a turning point for a character. From a computer programming perspective, if we look at the circus as a program, it makes sense. When a character loses connection with Tadik, they still control their unique traits despite the loss of consciousness. This is reminiscent of computer programming, where abstraction helps manage data. Kaufmo, having lost consciousness, attacks Regatta and Pomni, as well as the Queen of Gloinkov, displaying animal instincts and quickly shifting targets. Without special code, the character acts on default, using elements from the environment, as in the circus, where animals behave according to certain laws. Kaufmo could have mixed various codes to fill the void in his behavior. These codes likely come from the program, not from the special code of symbols. The circus might use fragments of code from different sources to fill the void of characters. Glitches spreading from Kaufmo to other characters may indicate that random pieces of code collide with the unique code of other characters, causing conflicts in textures and behavior. If Kaufmo contains the code of the Queen of Gloinkov, this could explain his sudden aggression. The circus systems might be trying to mix different elements to create the form of characters, leading to conflicts in their forms. Each abstract form is unique, as shown by the behavior of Kaufmo and other characters. In the basement, where abstract characters gather, it's dark, and only the portal illuminates the space. The eyes above the form may be part of the system using Kane's eyes, explaining why he doesn't notice abstractions. Kane, as an AI, might not have realized Kaufmo's abstraction if the system used his eyes to create the form. This is confirmed by his reaction to the chaos created by the disenfranchised. Character's reaction to Kaufmo is also unique. Regatta immediately recognizes Kaufmo's abstract form, while other characters realize it only after Jax's explanation. Jax seems suspiciously calm when meeting Kaufmo, but then says that Kaufmo is the happiest of all. The interaction between Zubul and Kinger at the end may indicate that Kinger takes Zubul's words as a compliment, suggesting that he will be the next to be freed. Ex-Ed on the street may not mean abstraction. Perhaps these are empty room mannequins that the circus uses to replace characters sent to the basement. This assumption is confirmed by Kane's strange description of the digital lake, where he mentions drowning, which may be related to the death of characters. The story of Kinger and Quinny becomes tragic if it's assumed that Quinny drowned in the digital lake, leaving Kinger alone. Thus, the X's may not signify abstraction, but death, and the bodies of the characters may still be in the circus.